guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're going to be talking all about celery juice because it's been all over social media, on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. A lot of big bloggers have been writing about it, and a lot of big wellness media companies have also been writing about it. So I figured I would cover this today, and in this video I'm going to be going over what is it, what is everyone talking about the celery juice, where did it come from, the benefits people are saying that they're getting from the celery juice, and also my thoughts on it as a dietitian. So if you're new to my channel, hi and welcome. My name is Heather. Like I said before, I'm a registered dietitian and I make weekly videos on all health and wellness topics. I pretty much try and make eating healthier and living a healthy lifestyle a lot more practical, simple, and sustainable for you. And spoiler alert, I was going to tell you guys at the end, but I just feel like saying it now. I'm actually going to be doing a 5-day celery juice review, so I'm going to test it out myself. I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. So make sure you subscribe to my channel, that way you'll be updated when I post my review. I feel like if I'm going to do this review now on it only makes sense that I actually test it out for you guys and share my honest opinion on the topic and my experience. So this all originated from a guy named Anthony Williams, who calls himself a medical medium. And he's not a doctor, he's not a nutritionist, he's not a healthcare professional, but he does have a big following in the wellness space. He claims ever since he's 4 years old he's heard spirits, and these spirits help guide people to find out what is wrong with them. When he was 8, he heard a message from these spirits to drink celery juice on its own, and the rest is history from there. Guys, I kind of feel like I'm telling a scary story right now. Since then, he's been recommending people drink celery juice, more specifically 16 ounces, freshly squeezed, no pulp, no ice, on an empty stomach, 30 minutes before breakfast. In this celery juice, he claims there are these undiscoverable salt clusters that are only bioavailable when it's in a juice form, so you can't get it when you're eating the celery raw. He claims that these cluster salts help fight off pathogens in the body and flush out toxins from the liver. And he also claims that it increases the hydrochloric acid in our stomach. Okay, so the benefits he's claiming that it has, and I'm going to read them off a list because I don't want to forget anything, but weight loss, ADHD, sinus problems, acid reflux, improved digestion, UTI, decrease inflammation, lower blood pressure, cure things like Lyme disease and other chronic illnesses. So those are some pretty bold statements, if you ask me. So yeah, I mean, there are a lot of things that I want to cover on this topic, and before I get into my thoughts on it, I do want to say, none of this is to offend anyone at all. If this is something that you do and you like it and you enjoy it, totally go for it. I pretty much just want to state the facts and my personal opinion on it, and if you have your own opinion, I would love to talk about it in the comment section below. This is just my thoughts from what I've found and just my experience and knowledge on these types of topics. So first and foremost, this is not backed by science at all, and he even says that it's not backed by science, so this is nothing new. I mean, we would have to study something that's undiscoverable, like these undiscoverable salt clusters that he's claiming is in the celery juice, so I don't know how we study something that's undiscoverable, but yeah. Now, to be fair, just because there's no research to prove something doesn't mean that it's not beneficial. However, there is no proven way to support these connections that he's claiming. Now, when it comes to funding, a lot of the times companies are not going to fund whole foods like celery. I mean, they do some research on avocados and olive oil, but it's hard to get funding for whole foods because it's not lucrative, and at the end of the day, these companies want to do it for money. Not to mention, when you're studying whole foods, it's hard to pinpoint what specifically is causing the connection. For example, say we were to study celery juice, is it these salt clusters that are causing the benefits, or maybe it's the potassium in celery, maybe it's the water content in celery? We don't really know what is making the connection if we're studying a whole food. So I am pretty heavy research driven, but let's just go with it and see what else we find. There is actually research on celery, and specifically because of a component called apigenin, which is found in other vegetables as well, and this has been shown in studies in gerbils, not in humans, to decrease H. pylori-induced gastritis, so that's inflammation in the stomach caused by a bacteria H. pylori, and inhibit gastric cancer progression. So there is research on celery, and I don't think anyone's doubting that celery is good for us, right? It's a vegetable, it has vitamins, minerals, a lot of water content, some potassium. It does have antifungal and antimicrobial properties as well. It's just what is it specifically about celery and not other produce. There are a couple theories I have of my own. I feel like a lot of people that were getting into the celery juice thing may have really not had a healthy diet. Like I looked up a bunch of reviews on here, on YouTube specifically, because I wanted to see what people were saying about it. And it seems like a lot of people are also changing their diet as well. Some studies even show if you start your day off doing something healthy, then you're more likely to make healthy decisions throughout the day. So my question is it actually the celery juice helping, or people just starting to eat healthier? That's why I wanted to do this review on myself, because I'm thinking like I'm a pretty healthy person. So in a healthy individual, is this beneficial? Or is it really not going to do anything for me? So that's why I'm doing the review on myself, to see that, almost test this theory out a little bit. Another theory I have is it like a placebo effect? Because I personally think placebo effects can be super strong, and if you think you're doing something that is going to make this big change and you have this positive outcome and you're stressing less because you believe in something, I truly do believe that that can help, you know, heal the body of certain diseases to an extent, obviously, but I just think it decreases stress levels, and that in itself, that can really help make someone healthier. Another thing I think might be affecting this is that it's hydrating. So you're hydrating first thing in the morning. I notice myself, I drink 2 to 4 cups of water right when I wake up in the morning, and I know how great that makes me feel. So when it comes to increasing energy levels and feeling good and being good for your skin, all of that, of course, hydrating in the morning with something like celery juice can be really helpful. So that's one thing that I think might be helping some of these conditions people are talking about. Like, I'm someone that got into nutrition because of preventative measures, and like I love the idea of food is medicine. I truly, truly, truly do believe that. I think that how we eat, how we move, if we're sleeping, all of these things that make a healthy lifestyle really affect our outcome of getting diseases or not, or just being healthier overall. I 100% believe what we put in our body really does affect our health. However, I do think it's easy to fixate on one specific nutrient, and I know because I've done this in the past. I've been that person searching on Google for a cure for something, and you want to so believe that celery juice is the answer to all our problems. Lifestyle factors such as sleep, hydration, your mindset, your diet, I mean, all of these things play such a role in your overall health that we can't just say that one thing is causing all these outcomes, especially when there's nothing to prove it. Now, if you do this and you like it and you enjoy it, yeah, like totally keep doing it. If it's making you feel healthier and it's making you feel good, why not? There's nothing wrong with it. It's just, I just really don't like when people either fearmonger or make one thing seem like it's this magic pill, because there's no such thing. There's no shortcuts to living a healthy life. And I think it's important for people to understand that and not think just because they're drinking celery juice in the morning, they're automatically living this healthy life if they're doing other things that aren't necessarily healthy for them. It's really easy for someone that's not trained in understanding science to hear these words like salt clusters and pathogens and toxins and get hooked into whatever someone's saying. But when you do know the science behind a lot of this stuff, it sounds gimmicky. Nonetheless, I'm gonna try this for 5 days. I'm gonna do it, and I'm going to report my findings. So like I said, make sure you're subscribing to my channel. That way when I do post that video, which should only be in a few days after this one's up by the time it gets up, then you'll be able to see my honest review. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share this with someone if you think that they're confused about this whole celery juice thing. I hope this helped clear some stuff up for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.